Gaddafi, the godfather of terror in Africa Sahel. In the vast expanse of Africa's Sahel region, a figure loomed large, casting a shadow that would influence events for decades. Muammar Gaddafi, Africa's enigmatic leader, was not just a ruler confined to his nation's borders. His ambitions and actions reverberated throughout the continent, especially in the Sahel. This documentary delves into Gaddafi's intricate involvement in the region, exploring how his policies and interventions sow seed of unrest and terror. Early ambitions and Pan-Africanism. Gaddafi's rise to power in 1969 marked the beginning of an era where Libya would play a pivotal role in Africa's politics. Driven by a vision of united Africa under his leadership, he championed Pan Africanism, often positioning himself as a revolutionary figure ready to challenge the Western influences. However, beneath this facade of unity lay more complex and disruptive agenda interventions in the Sahel. The Sahel, a semi-arid region stretching across the continent, became a focal point for Gaddafi's interventions. Recognizing the region's strategic importance, he provided support to various rebel groups and militias aiming to expand its influence. His support often came in form of arms, training, and financial aid, destabilizing nations and fostering environments where extremist ideologies could thrive. Gaddafi and Nigeria. Nigeria, Africa's most populous nation, was not immune to Gaddafi's meddling. In 2010, it suggested that Nigeria be divided along religious lines to curb sectarian violence, a proposal that sparked diplomatic tensions and widespread condemnation. This was not an isolated incident. Reports indicated that Gaddafi had been a significant sponsor of terrorism and religious fundamentalism in Nigeria, supplying arms to sectarian groups during religious uprisings and terrorist attacks. Diplomatic tensions and arms infiltration. Gaddafi's attempts to project power were evident during his visits to Nigeria. On multiple occasions, he sought to bring armed entourage into the country, contravening Nigerian laws. Notably, during the Africa South America Summit in 2006, Gaddafi arrived with planes loaded with vehicles containing weapons. Nigerian officials, under President Obasanjo's directive, firmly denied entry of these arms, leading to diplomatic standoffs. Here are some of the atrocities Gaddafi was involved with. Muammar Gaddafi's tenure as Libya's leader was marked with numerous controversial and aggressive actions that significantly impacted both regional and global politics. Regional military engagements. Chadian-Libyan conflicts, the Toyota War. Gaddafi's expansionist ambition led to prolonged involvement in Chadian internal affairs. The conflict culminated in the 1987 Toyota War, where Libyan forces suffered a decisive defeat, losing approximately 7,500 troops and $1.5 billion in military equipment. Uganda-Tanzania War. In support of Ugandan President Idi Amin, Gaddafi deployed thousands of troops to combat Tanzanian forces in 1979. Despite this intervention, Amin's regime collapsed, leading to his exile first in Libya and subsequently in Saudi Arabia. Support for insurgencies and terrorism. Liberian Civil War. Gaddafi provided training and support to Charles Taylor, a key figure in Liberia's civil war, facilitating its rise to power. Irish Republican Army (IRA). Throughout the 70s, Gaddafi supplied arms and financial support to IRA, including shipments of weapons intercepted en route from Libya to Ireland. Lockerbie Bombing. In 1988, Pan Am Flight 103 was destroyed over Lockerbie, Scotland, resulting in 270 fatalities. Evidence implicated Libyan agents in the attack, although Gaddafi initially denied involvement. Libya eventually accepted responsibility and compensated the victims' family. UTA Flight 772 bombing. In 1989, UTA Flight 772 exploded over Niger, killing 170 people. Six Libyan nationals were convicted in absentia by a French court, and Libya agreed to pay compensation to the victims' family. Munich Massacre. Gaddafi provided substantial financial support, estimated at $700 million, to various pro-Palestinian militant groups, including those responsible for the 1972 Munich Olympic attacks that resulted in the deaths of 11 Israeli athletes. Gaddafi's aggressive policies and support for militant activities not only destabilized regions, but also led to significant loss of life and international condemnation, culminating in its regime's downfall. The aftermath of Gaddafi's downfall. In 2011, Libyan civil war and Gaddafi's subsequent death had profound implications for the Sahel. The power vacuum in Libya led to the proliferation of arms and the movement of mercenaries into neighboring countries. This influx exacerbated existing conflicts and contributed to the rise of extremist groups, further destabilizing the region. Legacy of destabilization. Gaddafi's legacy in the Sahel is a tapestry of ambition, intervention, and unintended consequences. While he envisioned himself as a unifying African leader, his action often led to division and conflicts. The support he extended to various groups not only undermined regional stability, but also set the stage for ongoing security challenges that persist this day. Gaddafi's legacy in the Sahel is a tapestry of ambition, intervention, and unintended consequences. While he envisioned himself as a unifying African leader, his actions often led to division and conflict. The support he extended to various groups not only undermined regional stability, but also set the stage for ongoing security challenges that persist till this day. Muammar Gaddafi's influence in Africa's Sahel region serve as a stark reminder of how the actions of a single leader can ripple across borders, affecting millions. His interventions, driven by a mix of ideology and ambition, have left an indelible mark on the region's socio-political landscape. As nations in the Sahel continue to grapple with the aftermath of his policies, understanding this history is crucial in forging a path toward lasting peace and stability. Muammar Gaddafi's influence in Africa's Sahel region serve as a stark reminder of how the actions of a single leader can ripple across borders, affecting millions. His interventions, driven by a mix of ideology and ambition, have left an indelible mark on the region's socio-political landscape. As nations in the Sahel continue to grapple with the aftermath of his policies, Understanding this history is crucial in forging a path towards lasting peace and stability.